Let me start by asking you something so basic, you've probably never really stopped to think about it.
I mean, for real. The screen you're looking at, the room you're sitting in, you trust your eyes, of course. But what if I told you that your perception of reality isn't a live video feed? What if it's more like a movie that's been heavily edited before you ever get to see it?
Because right now, every single second, there is a silent, invisible war being waged inside your skull. It's a battle for your awareness, a fight over what you get to experience as real. And the craziest part, you don't get to see the fight, you only ever get to see the winner.
And this brings us to one of the biggest mysteries in all of neuroscience, the puzzle of consciousness itself. I mean, how on earth do you even begin to scientifically study that private movie that's constantly playing inside someone else's head?
Think about it for a second. Your experience of the color red or the taste of coffee, that's yours and yours alone. Nobody can plug into your brain and see the world exactly as you do. So how could scientists ever separate what's physically there from what you personally experience? Well, they needed a clever way to hack the system. And they found it in this bizarre and fascinating phenomenon called binocular rivalry. Basically, by showing each of your eyes a completely different image at the same time, you create a kind of paradox for the brain. And it's this confusion that gives scientists an amazing window into that hidden battle for your awareness.
This is what makes it so brilliant. For the first time, scientists could keep the physical input, the images going into the eyes, 100% constant, while the subjective feeling, the conscious perception inside the mind, changes all by itself. It's the perfect setup for hunting down the exact brain activity that actually creates your reality.
So let's take a look at how this really elegant experiment actually works. How do you use this little quirk of our eyesight to peek behind the curtain of the mind?
It's actually surprisingly simple. Using special glasses or a device called a stereoscope, scientists show your left eye one picture, let's say a house, and your right eye a totally different one, like a face. And remember, those images never ever change. All you have to do is sit back, watch the show your brain puts on, and press a button to tell the researchers what you're seeing in that moment, house or face.
Now this is where it gets really weird. What would you actually expect to see?
Common sense would probably tell you that your brain would try to merge them together, right? Maybe you'd see a ghostly overlay of a face on a house or some strange hybrid of the two. But that's not what happens, not even close.
Instead, your brain picks a side. For a few seconds, you see the house, perfectly clear. The face, it's gone, completely wiped from your awareness. And then, poof, without any warning, your reality flips. The house vanishes into thin air, and now all you can see is the face. It just goes back and forth, unpredictably.
So let's just pause on this, because this is the whole magic trick right here. The physical input going to your eyes is constant and contradictory. It's a house and a face at the same time. But what you consciously perceive is singular, and it alternates. It's a house or a face. Your brain literally refuses to show you both.
So what is happening deep in your brain? Well, it's a process that scientists call reciprocal inhibition. Just think of it like a neural tug-of-war. The group of brain cells firing for the house image are actively pulling against and shutting down the brain cells that are firing for the face image. For a few seconds, the house team wins, but then they get tired, the face team yanks back, and your perception flips. It's a winner-take-all fight.
And what this incredible experiment reveals is something profound about how we experience, well, everything. This isn't just some quirky lab illusion, it's a demonstration of the fundamental way your reality gets built moment by moment. You see, your brain's primary job isn't to show you what's really out there in all its chaotic, messy detail. Its main job is to create a single, stable, and coherent story that makes sense. A story you can act on. It hates ambiguity. So when it's faced with two impossible realities, it doesn't show you the messy conflict. It just picks one and completely hides the other one from you.
It's like many researchers in the field say, our vision isn't a simple mirror of the world. It is a carefully curated interpretation, where a massive amount of information gets thrown out before it ever has a chance to reach your conscious mind. So, here's a great way to think about it. Your brain is a film editor. Your eyes are like the cameras, just gathering all the raw footage of the world. But deep in the editing bay of your subconscious mind, an editor is making choices, cutting scenes, hiding contradictory takes, and splicing it all together to produce one clean, easy-to-follow movie. And your conscious awareness? That's just the final cut. That's the movie you get to watch.
And this realization leads us to a final and, frankly, kind of mind-bending question about who or what is actually in the driver's seat.
Because here's the real kicker. Brain scans show that the decision to flip from the house to the face, it happens in your brain before you consciously notice the change. The choice is made automatically, behind the curtain. The editor makes the cut before the audience, that is, your conscious self, even knows the scene has changed.
And that leaves us with this dizzying thought. If the conscious you, the one you think of as being in control, isn't the one deciding what to see, if you're just being shown the winning image after the battle has already been fought and won, who is the editor? And maybe more importantly, who or what is in the audience watching the movie your brain has decided to create just for you?